Ideally, I would have wanted to grant them more time. However, we are obligated under the EIA regulations that we must facilitate the entire process within 60 days. And from the beginning to now, we are almost at the end of those 60 days. If not, then we're open to a legal challenge from the company. But also, I think what is most important is that the consultation is not the end of it. The consultation is a process whereby people can go in and speak up. So to me, the focus should be for the NGOs to be prepared to present what their concerns are. What are their concerns about the EIA? What are their concerns about this development within the Sarasota Temash National Park? How can we go about it with the least impacts, instead of focusing on, on whether we can postpone it for one more month.
However, would you concede, or are you in agreement with the argument that these are highly technical documents, they have to be translated, and that the notice that you all have given, it certainly is not 60 days. You all have given 3 weeks notice.
Right, it's not 60 days because it's not 60 days that we're required to give them notice. What is 60 days from the beginning of the development of the terms of reference to the EIA. Yes, ideally, it's not ideal, the amount of time, but I am assuming that a lot of these organizations have been, in fact, been doing preparation because they knew that the likelihood of this happening was very high. So my expectation is that they were preparing for this and that they were getting, guidance from experts locally and abroad, and to be able to discuss this issue. I think that that we should really be focusing on how government should go about doing oil exploration within the area to safeguard the social and cultural interests of the people in that area.
However, go ahead.
The umbrella group, the Belize Coalition to Save Our Natural Resources, has asked that if you can't, as a government, extend the time period, then would you give them a second consultation to expand on the first, if for those who have or will not be able to make the first?
I can't answer. I don't know what the process is for that, but what I know happens is that the way it is set up is that this consultation is just the beginning of reviewing the EIA process. So the members from NIAC go to that meeting to have first-hand knowledge of the concerns that the stakeholders have, so that when they go back into meeting and they're reviewing the EIA process, the EIA document, they have that knowledge to inform their decision. So then they can say, we agree with some of the concerns brought up by the stakeholders. We therefore are going to ask US Capital to respond to that in their EIA. And remember, the NGOs have representation on NIAC. So that is the mechanism in which they can influence NIAC and raise their concerns. So it goes back to review in that way. But I am not certain, I can't say with certainty if it goes back to another community consultation.